And our top story tonight, a monumental terror error that's left the government red-faced. The centre has ordered a probe today into how a terror suspect listed as a fugitive in Pakistan actually turned out to be living in a Mumbai suburb. Wazul Kamar Khan was named in the list of 50 most wanted, which was sent to Islamabad. And various government agencies spent the day blaming each other.
I did not prepare that list. These are lists prepared over a period of time. It's possible that there could be an error, or there could be two people with the same name. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check.
44-year-old terror suspect Wazul Kamar Khan, now a huge embarrassment for the centre. He's on India's list of 50 most wanted men hiding in Pakistan, when in reality he lives in the suburbs of Thane, close to Mumbai, and facing trial in Mulund train blast case of 2003. In fact, he was arrested by the Mumbai police in 2010.
आप सुबह से कहाँ थे?
सुबह से मैं यहीं था और यहाँ मैं घूम रहा था।
लेकिन पुलिस आपके साथ थी?
हाँ, पुलिस साथ में।
हम लोग कभी पाकिस्तान नहीं गए हैं और न वो गए हैं कभी। 5 बच्चे हैं और यहाँ पर 12 साल हो गए यहाँ।
Faced with this major blunder which could compromise India's terror agenda against Pakistan, the centre and the Mumbai police are now locked in a blame game over how his name figured on the list.
In 2008, just after the 26/11 attacks, the Ministry of Home Affairs prepared the wanted list of terror suspects allegedly sheltered by Pakistan, a list with inputs from State Police, the Intelligence Bureau and RAW. The CBI was asked to verify the list, which included Wazul Khan's name. It was then shared with Pakistan. At that time, Wazul Khan was wanted because he was absconding. In 2010, Wazul Khan was arrested. Sources say the Mumbai crime branch failed to inform the central agencies. And the wanted list prepared by these agencies after Osama's killing in 2011 continues to mention him. Mumbai police sources say the list could have been corrected if they had been taken into confidence.
It's a monumental lapse. It's a lapse which makes it embarrassing for the whole country. The Home Ministry has risen to the optimum level of its incompetence.
In fact, the bigger goof up. The list does not include the names of 2 key Indian Mujahideen men, Riaz Bhatkal and Iqbal Bhatkal, who are accused of all major blasts in India since 2005. An NDTV Bureau report.
Well, as I mentioned, through the day you had various government agencies basically blaming each other for this huge goof up. But in the last few minutes, Home Secretary G.K. Pillai spoke to NDTV and said that the Home Ministry does not blame the Mumbai police.
This most wanted list is, red corner notices of people who are believed to be in Pakistan. And this was the list that was given. As I mentioned, we would verify the records tomorrow, but my own first preliminary assessment is that when the Mumbai police did arrest this person, normally the red corner note, his name should have been deleted from the red corner list. That was not done, and therefore his name was included in the red corner list. I don't think it affects, because most the other lists of people who are there are, even including this person, was wanted for criminal activities, terrorist activities, and he was one of those for whom a red corner notice was out. So it has just happened that I agree that prima facie it does look as though his name should not have been there, but we will verify from the records and bring out a press statement by tomorrow afternoon.
That was the Home Secretary speaking to us just a few minutes ago. Swapan, how much of an embarrassment is this?
Well, it would have been amusing and farcical had it not been a very serious issue. You know, by just making a monumental goof up on one name, you have established 2 things. One is that in your assessments, in your preparation of the so-called most wanted list, you are very casual about this. And that really calls into question the entire rigor with which a lot of India's anti-terrorism methods are. Now, it's not merely that. We've had confusing signals on the Samjhauta blast. And these are issues which are going to be seized upon by Pakistan, which in any case is in a denial mode. To even deny things on Dawood, with even deny things on people whose presence in Pakistan has been otherwise established. So I think, it's just more than just a departmental goof up. I think it undermines the very basis on which a certain approach towards...
But who does the ultimate responsibility lie with, you think? We heard Arun Jaitley there, and he clearly says it's the Home Ministry.
Well, it's a difficult one to answer, because if Mr. Chidambaram gets the credit for having performed much better than his predecessor Shivraj Patil and having stopped a lot of blasts, the recurring blasts, which used to be the hallmark of India about 3-4 years ago, then I think a certain amount of flack is due to him. It doesn't, for the outside world, it doesn't really matter whether you consulted the Bombay police, whether someone else, whether there was a thorough check on there was internal scrutiny, etc.
Because the buck stops with you.
The buck stops with it. It was a Home Ministry list which was given to another country. And if there's something wrong in that list, and it takes a newspaper to find out, and you still have that man's name who's there in Thane on a red corner notice when he's very much present in India. I mean, the absurdity, the sheer casualness of the approach strikes me as being, something which will haunt us for some time.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.